Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to my manga chapter read along for One Piece chapter 1171. I don't know the title yet, or the cover, or anything. What I do know is that there's no new chapter next week. So the next chapter is going to be only on the 1st of February. In the live chat, we have Sal, Felipe, Modru Booty, TK Cherry, Ukulele. Aw, you made me think of the ukulele Pikachu or the ukulele Pichu or something so cute. Dark Shadow is here. Tiago Salmanamir. Hello from Pakistan. Nice to see you. Hello from South Africa. Okay, so I don't remember where it left off. Let me think about it. Actually, let me read. I do remember it was Loki and the hammer, and Harold went insane. But let me just see. Oh, right, that's where it ended. I remember now. I saw it. So he literally like disintegrated his father with the hammer. At the bottom it says, Loki, my son, all that matters is Elbaf's future. And I do really respect that. That's what we have to live for well, you have to enjoy your own life as much as you can, but we can't forget about the next generation, right? Okay. Cherry says hello from Elbaf. I mean Switzerland. Oh, look at you. It's Zoro being given a cat ear headband by a cat. Oh, that is so cute. Well, I don't have to show it because please remember that I don't show the manga on the screen for copyright reasons, but we are reading together. I'm reading on the Shonen Jump app. Very convenient, kind of tiny on my phone, but I'm hoping to get a new iPad in the next month or two, and then I can read something a little bit bigger. Okay, so this chapter is titled RAGNIR, and I think we kind of looked it up last time. RAGNIR. Didn't we look that name up? Okay. I had a terrible vision, plain as day, of Harold venturing forth from this castle and laying waste to the world until it was nothing but ruins. It's hard to imagine, with the way his wounds healed themselves, that there was actually a means to stop him. Does the treasure of Elbaf really have such power, Jarul? Not that I have heard. But it chills my spine to think of what might have happened had Loki not been here. So why don't people know that? Once I am in the Knights of God, dawn will come to Elbaf. So Shanks is remembering his hope. Speak your desire, and whatever it is, you shall have it. You've been so deprived, my poor son. Is that what he told him? Those miserable peons are not people. Forget what happened in the lower world. And then I think his arm is maybe like burning, paining, sharp pangs. I'm not sure. Hey, Shanks! No, stop it. That's your bad habit again. Don't you dare regret your birth. But why did Harold have to die? He was too pure-hearted to deserve that. If only I'd... It's not your fault, and you know it. You still have a role to play, Shanks. I guarantee it. Everyone's life has meaning, but you have to keep a level head. That is one of my favorite themes in One Piece, especially when it comes to Robin, for example. I think there was also this a strong theme, especially during her arc, about obviously not wanting to live or feeling like you shouldn't have been born. And I definitely love these kinds of lines. Everyone's life has meaning, but you have to keep a level head. This is what he gets for loving his country. It's a cruel joke. He's just a black mass. Oh, they threw something over his body. I literally thought it was just like splattered blood there. But I think it's like a coat or something, right? That was an exceedingly rare ancient giant warrior, given even greater power and an immortal body. That was nothing short of a monster. And thou sayest it was killed? By whom? What is in Elbaf? We shall have it investigated. Harold's abyss in Elbaf remains intact. Enough! It will only be the death of more knights. Performing the covenant inflicts a cost upon me as well. Harold chose to debase himself before humankind to connect his country to other lands' peoples. This made him a heretic. His are a tribe of warriors whose every drop of blood calls out for battle. Carelessly incorporating them into the government will lead to internal collapse. An ancient giant king of Elbaf who agrees to the covenant is a gift to Mu, the likes of which shall not be seen again. He was a king that Elbaf never should have had, and see what came of it. History does not lie. Our kinds are incompatible. Never forget that Elbaf is D. That's big. The will of D, Elbaf is D. Oh my, indeed. Indeed. Elbaf is D. It's one of those things that you know is huge, but what can I say? What can we say? Like, what can we know? In retrospect, we can only understand. I don't know, remember that Emu is this kind of like really old or kind of mythical being. So it could also speak in riddles or symbolism. So the country could represent the origin of the will of D. You see what I'm saying? So it could be anything really. Still. I don't know. Okay, let me finish up. Only halfway. Loki. I'm sure many people have theories, bigger theories, more interesting theories that connects back to chapter 2. Who knows? But yeah, let me finish up. Loki. This news will lead to great unrest in the kingdom. I'm going out to sea, Gramps. I'll take all the surviving guards with me. And what of Harold's wishes? Tell the people of Elbaf exactly what happened here. You know I can't tell them. Listen closely. Don't speak a word of what happened here to anyone. But that's exactly what he did not want. But his dying wish. His dying wish you don't want to grant? Do you understand who they'll blame for it? How's that any different than usual? Do you really see a future where I become king and carry on my old man's ideals? But there are other ways that I can live up to him. I'll take the powers that I have and avenge my father and his soldiers. Now you're talking nonsense, Loki. The world government is a colossal organization. This was what everyone thought happened. He marched up to Marijoa by himself or something, and someone had to stop him. The world government is a colossal organization. It's a task far beyond anything you can imagine. A disaster. terrible misfortune. Orast Castle has been attacked, Your Majesty. So I sailed right off the island. I'm sure that by the time you returned home, Hydrogen, I'd been fully transformed into Loki the Father Slayer in the public's eye. I certainly did enough to convince them I was capable of it. However, oh, we're back! I'm not so far gone that I'd celebrate killing my own dad. I just didn't want everything he did to be undone because of what happened in the end. That's true. Or do you still think I should have told the country everything? It's all true, Hydrogen. Do you get it now? I didn't want to have to dredge this all back up. I now understand why Chief Jarul argued for clemency. What is clemency? Hydrogen is saying this, clemency. And continue to protect you. In short, Father chose death over the manipulations of the world government. A little too late that he realized it. But fair enough. We all get manipulated by the government on the daily, by various things we get manipulated. So can we really blame him, considering, what he wanted for his country, considering what he felt he needed to undo? So Chief Jarul didn't lose his memories. He just respected Loki's wish. Yeah, I was waiting for him to because, brain damage is brain damage. Maybe it showed up later, but... And ever since then, the government has been Elbaf's enemy? How did they manipulate him like that? As a matter of fact, these newly arrived Holy Knights of God played a pivotal role in Harold's story. But Loki still doesn't know exactly what happened to Harold in the Holy Land. If you need more details, I can explain. That won't be necessary for now, Yasan. I don't need a reason to protect my homeland. If we see eye to eye about anything, Loki, it's love for our father. Allow me to apologize for that, if nothing else. Now fight with me, for Elbaf's sake. Yeah! Way to go, Loki! Now you can fight! Yo! And then a giant crash. There's feet. Something. Whoa! This is them in the corner. And what is that? What? I don't even remember what has been happening up there anymore. There were those monster things, those dream monsters. Is it one of those? Sorry. Is it one of those? Yo. Where did that come from? Is that a Draugr? I don't know how to say the word. Draugr? Those aren't real. Sounds like the perfect warm-up. You can go on ahead. I can fly up. What is that? You can fly? What? He means jump really high, right? He can jump really high. He can clap. What? What is that thing? What's going on up here? Make it snappy, Hydrogen. Oh, wait. It's one of those pages that I should have been reading like this. Great. So the thing screams, yow, that's it. That's what's raging up above. There's a whole bunch of them. Oh my god, I completely forgot. It's huge. It's fucking judging huge. What's going on up there? Make it snappy, Hydrogen. Hey, Loki. We used to think you were a real bastard who killed his own father. Which is literally what Loki wanted people to think, so fair enough. But they said, We're really sorry about that. Only for this one thing. All of the many other crimes still count. Shut up and go. No one asked you to say all of this. That's called a Sun Sun. Rah, this is amazing. I can move again. I'm free. Hey, ship doctor. I appreciate your help here, but I'm concerned about my son. Oh, right, sure. Nice and gentle, Sanji. Yeah, I know. Weren't you going to stay here? Wait, is Sanji carrying Gaban? Sanji is carrying Sanji? What parallel universe did we enter? What are you doing up here? I want to see how you fight. All right. Whoa, look, this is such a by now this shape is especially when it's far off in the distance. Those legs and the arms in the air, it kind of just reminds you of something, right? Oh. All right then, show off your power, Ragnir. Gurururu, gurururu. And then, whoosh. Oh, it freezes Nibelheim. What? So, do you think the other giants that were frozen on... What's that other place? He can fly. That means he have a dragon devil fruit. I mean... Sure, maybe. How do you think... Because those other... Remember those other ice giants from... Where the island... What was it called? Punk Hazard. Do we know how they got frozen there? Do we know when they got frozen there? I'm not saying we don't know. I'm saying I don't remember if we know. Oh, they were the Galela giants in Punk Hazard. Oh. Yeah, because how do giants just get frozen? And who was it that wanted to unfreeze them again? Or had a plan for that or something? Or was that just a theory we had? Not we, I mean the community. So that's the power of Ragnir. Nibelheim. Do you think that's how he defeated his dad? Because in this chapter, Jarul said, or no, Gaban said like it seemed impossible because he kept regenerating. But what if you freeze it? Oh, Rox was the one who wanted to unfreeze them. Because when you freeze something, so they kept growing back. Jarul's wounds, like you cut off his arm, it grows back, whatever. But if you freeze something and then you shatter it, because in the last chapter at the end, it didn't just look like he killed his dad, he shattered him. So maybe that's part of, you know, Ragnir's power. I'm not sure if that is also a link to that, but Nibelheim. Let me search something. Nibelheim holds significant meaning primarily rooted in German and Norse mythology and is famously used in the video game Final Fantasy 7 as the hometown of the main character. Here's a breakdown of what Nibelheim means. EA official says, I think Ragnir has the freezing power and Loki's devil fruit power is lightning. Do you think that because you think that, or did you read that on a forum somewhere? So Nibelheim, this is the etymology and linguistic meaning. Nibelheim, the name is generally interpreted as a combination of fog, mist, or cloud, and Heim for home. Cloud home, because Nibel can refer to clouds or mist. It's often translated as cloud home. Home of mist or darkness. It is closely related to the Norse Niflheim, meaning mist world or dark world. Hi, Dev. Nibel, mythological context. Nibelungenlied is Germanic myth. In the Nibelungenlied, a Middle High German epic, and Richard Wagner's Der Ring des Nibelungen opera, Nibelheim is the underground realm of the Nibelungs, a race of dwarves / elves. It is a dark subterranean land of treasure, gold, and, in Wagner's version, a place of slavery and greed. In Wagner's world. The Norse name could be Niflheim, which was the word for ice giants. Home of the Marvel Loki. Oh, it does mention here it is closely related to Niflheim, meaning mist world or dark world. So here the next part is Niflheim, Norse myth. So it was explaining the Germanic myth, and now here the Norse myth. While spelled slightly differently, Nibelheim is frequently conflated with Niflheim, one of the 9 worlds in Norse mythology. Niflheim is a primordial realm of darkness, cold, ice, and fog. How should I pronounce Nebel? I'm pronouncing it that way because it has an I, and I'm just pronouncing it like Nubble, but it doesn't have 2 B's, so I'm pronouncing it Nibel. How should I pronounce it though? If you consider what do you mean deep sea contracts? Victory Road Rage says, if you consider the deep sea contracts of Emu directly tied to the ocean or an ocean devil, then your theory of ice being a counter makes sense, ice freezing water and all. Yeah, because Emu is also, we talked about that, like how it might be based on the Umibozu or something, and devil fruits being cursed by the ocean, or Never mind. I thought it said Nebel. Yeah, I don't know how to read it, or maybe it's translated wrong. Because remember, this is the Shonen Jump translation. We don't ask that kind of question, Dev. It doesn't matter. What was I saying? Oh, the Shonen Jump translation is not always the best. Oftentimes, the fan translations are actually better. But okay, let's read this again. Niflheim, Norse mythology. While spelled slightly differently, Nibelheim is frequently conflated with Niflheim, one of the 9 worlds in Norse mythology. So that sounds more accurate because it is the primordial realm of darkness, cold, and ice and fog. So let's look up Niflheim instead then, if one gets conflated with the other. So Niflheim is a primordial realm, blah, blah, blah. One of the 9 worlds connected by Yggdrasil, and that's the world tree, right? Often associated with the underworld and the source of Hvergelmir's Vergelmir's river, central to creation as its mists mixed with Muspelheim's fire. It's sometimes confused with Helheim, the realm of the dead ruled by the goddess Hel, or Hera, or whatever, right? Though Niflheim is the icy region from which Helheim emerges or is part of. Yeah, trust me, One Piece does sometimes feel like a history lesson and a future lesson, or a future warning to the people. It's like a political clause, it's a philosophical clause, it's a history clause, it's a little bit of everything. I'm starting to remember Vegapunk talking about how cloud technology might be important when I hear talk about the cloud or fog realm. Yeah, but that has to do with the water rising, right? So cloud technology would be important because people would need to live in the clouds rather than on land, because the land will be overrun with water. Like the land will sink. There will be less and less places for people to live. Okay, so origin of creation. In the Norse creation myth, Niflheim's icy mists met the fiery gusts from Muspelheim in the void, forming the first being, Ymir, and the waters of creation. What? Everything's coming together. Description: a desolate, frozen land of primordial cold, darkness, and mist, featuring the well Hvergelmir, from which all rivers flow. Home of giants. It is the homeland of ancient ice giants, Jotnar. Sorry. I don't know why it's so exciting. Connection to Helheim. While distinct, Niflheim is closely linked to Helheim, the realm of the dead, but they are distinct from each other, with some sources describing Helheim as existing within or bordering Niflheim, and an Yggdrasil's root, one of the roots of the world tree, extends down to Niflheim. Well, let's see here. I think I need to start learning Norse mythology, huh? I do have a book on mythology, but it's a very... Can I quickly take a moment to see if it's here? Wait, here it is. Okay, wait, I don't want to bump you. So this one, I have a few of these books, which is basically like psychology for dummies, mythology for dummies. Like, not really for dummies, but that's how I interpret it. Like, it gives you an overview of all these interesting topics. And I always thought of these books as like an interesting starting point for various topics. I have one for history, economics, philosophy, psychology, and physics. And then this one. So I hate to bring up Genshin all the time, but the Dragon King in Genshin was named Nibelung. I think it's part of a German opera that Genshin references. Yes, I did read about the Genshin opera like 2 minutes ago. Very briefly though. When we were looking up Nibelheim. So somewhere here it mentioned Richard Wagner's Der Ringnes Nibelungen Opera. Nibelheim is the underground realm of the Nibelungs. So yeah. Then I thought this would be... So this is Yggdrasil. This is literally how it looks, right? Elbaf, isn't it? This is basically... Can someone share with me that mural again? Like, I want the link to the picture of the mural. If I don't misremember, Hel, Loki's daughter, ends as the ruler. Yes, I also read that. Over here, I didn't know about the Loki's daughter part, but it does say somewhere here. I read. Where did I read it? Here. Ruled by the goddess Hel, through Niflheim is the icy region from which Helheim emerges. So. No, I don't want the chapter number. I want the picture to just like pull up. I'm not gonna like. Richard Wagner. I played one of his piano pieces for college entrance exams. Oh my lord, you had to play a piano piece for college entrance exams? That sounds so stressful. The 9 worlds. Asgard. What are the 9 worlds? That's what I want to know. Is it this? What are the 9 realms? The 9 realms are the distinct worlds in Norse cosmology connected by the world tree Yggdrasil, typically including Asgard, Midgard, Vanaheim, Alfheim, Jotunheim, Niflheim, Muspelheim, Helheim. Sorry, I'm having fun saying Heim. And either Svartalfheim or Nidavellir, housing gods, humans, elves, giants, dwarves, and spirits, though specific groupings can vary slightly between mythology and modern adaptations like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Here are the commonly accepted 9 realms. Asgard, home of gods like Odin and Thor. Midgard, the realms of humans, Earth. Jotunheim is the home of the frost giants, Jotnar. Vanheim is the home of the Vanir gods, like Freya. Alfheim is the realm of the light elves. What if Muspelheim is a fiery realm of fire giants? Niflheim is a cold, misty realm, often linked to the underworld. Helheim, the realm of the dead. And then either Nidavellir or Svartalfheim, the world of dwarves or dark elves, depending on interpretation. Midgard, why it's called Middle Earth in Lord of the Rings. Ah. So like, well, okay. So this would be, where's Midgard? Muspelheim, home of the fire demons, lord of So that, and then the cold one over here, Hell, the land of the dead, and home of the dark elves over here. Or, okay, Midgard serpent. Is this like basically Norse origin story? Basically, of like life and the universe. Is that what this is? Is that what I'm looking at? I went to a high school with a focus on music. That sounds awesome, Cherry. I want to know why you did that. You said don't ask, but I want to know. You have the mural with the fan translation. Okay. But I want to see the picture. We talked about this before, it seems like. People prayed and the sun god came. I just clicked how that links to Vegapunk's theory on people's desires bringing devil fruits into existence, which is why people call Nika the first devil fruit user. Maybe you get some new interpretations from here, okay? So the first world, the earth is engulfed in flame, and the hearts of men burn with desire. They reach for the forbidden star. From whispered prayers, the sun god rose. So that part, I thought, links to Vegapunk's theory on devil fruit coming into existence because of quantum physics and the desires of man, like, you know, beckoned by the enslaved. So enslaved people visioned, desired, prayed for Nika, and he came into existence. The first devil fruit user, and then devil fruits. The god of the land was enraged. With a serpent of fire, they cast the world into ruin. Darkness fell. Death reigned. They would not meet again. A breath stirred in the abyss. The god of the forest summoned its devils. While the sun lit the embers of war, those of the half and full moons dreamed. Those of the half and full moons dreamed. Yet the ones who slew the sun deified themselves. So this could be like Emu, right? Killed Nika and then made themselves gods. Evoking the wrath of the... Oh, wait, no. Because evoking the wrath of the sea god. That sounds like devil fruit users. Huh? They would not meet again. Chaos reigns. The world drifts in a void. Yet time does not erase the memory of the promised day. Its shadow looms as the voice of the half-moon echoes through the ages. And once more the sun god shall rise, laughing, dancing, guiding the world to its final act. The sun is reborn, a new day will break, a new dawn will break. Surely this time they will meet. Who is they? And I want the picture too. Let me just Google One Piece mural. I'm in a habit of not Googling things by myself because I'm scared of being spoiled. But I forgot I can't be spoiled anymore. Ha ha ha. So this person says, figured out the meaning of Oda's mural. It's the prophecy of the final battle. But the way that it's framed here seems to be, this might be a prophecy of the final battle, but it seems like 1, 2, 3 worlds. Like past, well, I don't know, not past, present, and future, but it doesn't seem like the whole mural is a prophecy itself about... But history does repeat itself, so... But it's like 1, 2, 3. Like, I like these kinds of lines that divide them, potentially meaning this was the first world, this was the second world, and this could be the third. The one in which Nika is reborn. So this, the sea devil, that could be Emu, right? So that's probably what they meant. I was playing the piano and was into music in general. I wanted to learn to play more classical pieces, but I regretted a bit when I had to play during exams. Yeah, that's scary because it's like a passion until you have to or until you're tested on it, and then it feels like a chore rather than like an inspiration or then it's scary. I like this one. It separates it from like the potential prophecy. First world, Earth, technologically polluted. Oh, second world, up to void century, devil fruits and flood. Third world, future battle versus Emu, just like during the void. Oh. That seems accurate. Can I just quickly check my mythology book here? I wonder if there's anything about Norse. It says ancient Greece, ancient Rome, Northern Europe, Asia, Americas, ancient Egypt and Africa, and Oceania. So what? No Norse? Meh. Who does Frankie standing before the mural remind you of? The giant iron giant robot. What was his name? The friendly iron giant. He had such a cute name. Why can't I remember it now? Huh? I don't see the other one. I only see this one. Emmet. Thank you. Emmet means truth. Maybe. I see. I want to learn. Hey, wait. There's a dragon movie about the 9 realms? Huh. Who's this? That's not the one I know. It's a new message at the bottom, but you already Googled it. Oh, thank you, thank you. I just want an Yggdrasil in the World Tree. I just want to learn like a little bit more about this stuff in general, and then maybe later it will apply more to One Piece, but also it might not. The World Tree. Sol, goddess of the sun. Mani, god of the moon. Hachi, wolf. Skull, wolf. Then you have Vedrfolnir and the great eagle. The squirrel is the one that gossips and makes trouble, right? And isn't that like linked, Ratatusk? Isn't that linked to his... There was a squirrel, right? Konbanwa. Asgard, Valhalla, gods of civilization, Midgard, court of justice, mortal realm, ocean, Jormungandr, the Midgard serpent. Yo. I feel like I would love to hear, someone who studies these kinds of things and like can connect things from their memory. I would like to see their interpretation of One Piece as a whole. There must be people like that on YouTube, but I'll try and find them on my own when I have time. But yeah, I think this is the key right here. Let's see. Is this someone's interpretation, right? Hellflame serpent unleashed by the earth god destroyed the first world. Is the red line a dormant creature, or is this symbolic, like a nuclear attack launched from the red line? That's a cool interpretation. Pollution without regard for the planet. Red line becomes the Hellflame serpent. In chapter 1-9, Dory calls the red line a snake. Ooh. Construction of Pluton and other ancient weapons with mother flames. Modern day city, first world was just like ours. Advanced technology thanks to the mother flame. Ascent to godhood for nobility living atop the red line. Motherfucking powered elevator to red line. What is MF powered elevator to red line? Oh, mother flame. Sorry, I was making a joke because whenever I read MF online, it means something else. Ramon says, I believe that time travel or time is going to be a big part of the plot for One Piece. Specifically time travel or anomalies that are going to happen on Raftel. It's why it's so hard to find. Have to be at the right time and place. Oh, why do you think that? Like, how, what has hinted at like time travel? Slaves taken to work atop the red line. Moon colonized and industrialized by angels. Eneru's cover story. I need to read it. I need to read it. Help me. Which pages should I read to read Eneru's cover story? How can they adapt One Piece and not adapt a cover story that important? Oh, right. Toki. What did Roger say on Raftel? I forgot about that devil fruit. She can literally travel through time. Slavery continues into the Void Century. So this is the Void Century. Interesting. Very good analysis. The original celestial dragon, maybe some form of emu, symbolizes celestial dragon seizing fighting the red line during the Void Century. Huh? No, this part, I don't know. Hellflame serpent unleashed by the Earth God. Okay. Uranus Maxim was likely modeled after it by Birka Tek. Attacks like Lulusia, Emu gets mother flames from slaves. Nerona Emu. What is that? Arc. But, I mean, do you think that he's standing in front of something important that we can't see yet? Booty, can you message me those numbers for the chapters? Sun Tree Eve bears the devil fruits created by the forest god. Devil fruits continue into the present. Sulong, Wales, chapter 968. Laboon, Emmet reawakened to fight again at Egghead. Ancient Kingdom, Lily, Vivi, Kuja. Wano Samurai, Wano Buccaneers, Long Arms, Long Legs, Kuja Bow, 3-Eye, Fishman, Tontata, Poseidon, another Mink or Zoan user, Nika. Yeah, this is definitely then the final fight, for sure. He and they will surely meet again. The century would become the Void Century as information of it. Can I read this again? Sorry, this interpretation seems even a bit different. Within the earth, Mother Flame is found. People succumb to their greed as they began... What? How? What? Is it someone's interpretation, not like a different translation? Let me check on my phone. Wait. Oh, no, I don't need to check on my phone. I need to check here. Here? No, where? Here. The earth is engulfed in flame, and the hearts of men burn with desire. They reach for the forbidden star. So, okay, from whispered prayers, the sun god rose. So this is someone's interpretation. Why within the earth the mother flame is found? People succumb to their greed as they began polluting the world. The slaves forced to build the civilization wished for liberation. And so the sun god Nika appeared. That is linked to the theory of Vegapunk. People's desires quantum physically brought devil fruits into existence, which maybe even someone like Luffy then ate and, became. Not maybe Nika himself, like, the devil fruit Nika, maybe. But anyway, Nika appeared. Or did Nika appear? The earth god grew furious. Earth god. With the hellflame serpent What would be called the red line, it enveloped the world in death and darkness. In some great disaster, he and they could not meet. From the nothingness, humanity re-arose. The forest god created the devil's fruits. What does that mean? A breath stirred in the abyss. The god of the forest summoned its devils, while the sun lit the embers of war. So this is his interpretation, is that the forest god created the devil fruits. But I don't think so, because it seems to me here like it came into existence out of the, led to more war with ancient weapons as Nerona Imu. What is Nerona? As Nerona Imu kept unleashing Uranus. The D clan of the half moon had a dream. The Lunaria shared that dream as well, but the humans killed the new Nika user, Joy Boy, and became celestial dragons, the new gods. Sea god Imu rampaged and sunk the world by 200 meters. He and they could not meet again. Then, that century would become the Void Century, as information of it was wiped. Those left behind shall inherit the will to carry out the day of promise. They'll learn of the poneglyphs of the Kozuki clan. Their symbol is the broken moon, and what they tell. The sun god returns, dancing, laughing. He leads in the face of the world's end. The sun will return, a new dawn will arrive. And then, okay. Phew! Ivankov said that Imu's name was mentioned in the Rona dynasty. What? That's his family name. Oh. What is the Narona dynasty? I'm going to check the comments on the Discord. People probably posted some thoughts, but I also want to roll first. Are you going to read the SBS later? Not today. I need to do focused SBS readings, like starting with the most important, which is Eneru's story. But next week there's no chapter, so I should do SBS read-alongs instead. But I also want to do games. I also want to do new seasonals. So the thing is prioritizing, which is not easy. Oh man. Okay, here are Tiago's thoughts on chapter 1171. How is this old man not even getting amnesia? This plot armor beats most MCs that I know. Say what now about the D? Any chance it's related to the maker of the mural? Or just where all the D clan's ancestry originated from? I still can't get over how that hammer squirrel single-handedly fought off anyone else from getting the legendary devil fruit. Oh, right! The squirrel is separate from the hammer. Where the hell did that squirrel go? Do you mean SBS or cover story? I mean both. I need to read the SBSs, but I need to prioritize Eneru's cover stories. All of the extras that I haven't read, I need to read. But the problem is finding time and prioritizing for all the things that I want to do. The squirrel is the hammer. Oh, it is. Okay, because that was my understanding before. But he was a squirrel when he fought off people to take him, to claim him. I myself am wondering more, how the hell did they put those bandages on his head without taking off the helmet? What do you mean? Just cut the bandages against the blade. It's conveniently there. Well, assuming they could get the helmet off. I'm struggling to tell if the blade's edge... Okay, but now they're just talking about his... Okay. Rohit has a theory. After this chapter, I think the D clan are descendants of Joy Boy's crew members. That's why they are scattered around the world and are from different races. That sounds possible. That sounds possible. Mm-hmm. But why would Elbaf then be the D? Elbaf is D. Tiago says, I feel like Davy D. Jones has an older tie than Joy Boy to the D clan to limit it to Joy Boy's crew. For me, the most important thing here is Elbaf. Elbaf is D. What does that mean? Maybe the origin, or I don't remember what I said before. But I'm reaching... Yes, I've read... Excuse me, I finished reading the chapter already, and we've been looking at the mural again, and we've been looking at the world tree and the 9 realms, and I've been wishing I could do a Norse mythology course. Oh, but this is MCU linked. So I guess if we have giants and mermaids and Lunarians, we don't have elves yet in One Piece, right? We've never seen the elf ears. Have we? The D is the natural enemy of the celestial dragons. The giants being incompatible with Emu might have something to do with that. Now, a very important question. How does all of this link to Gaimon? I hope he comes back. I miss Gaimon. No elves as far as I remember. Okay, wait, let me see. I want to see. So, cause each realm has different beings. So I'm just like trying to imagine, what could Emu be, like a dark elf? Not literally, but I'm just saying, if there are all these different races in One Piece, it could go so many different ways. Seriously. But yeah, this is giving us so much. Inaru's cover story is from page 428 to 474. It's 38 front pages in total. There's a few in between that are not related. So I definitely think my first priority should be to read that next week if possible, as if I was reading a manga chapter. So 38 pages in total. And then after that, I can try and get back to SBS stuff. But my best bet is doing it on days when there's no chapter. You see, Gaimon is in a chest. The chest from the side looks like the D. Therefore, Gaimon is the source of the well of D. Solved. Elves lived on the sun in some Nordic myths. Whoa. How? Oh my gosh, yes, the Ennaru cover story is absolutely bonkers. He was one of my favorite freaking villains. Eventually. And he's from the arc, one of my top 3 favorite arcs that people told me to skip. I curse upon your pillow. May it be warm on both sides. If you told me to skip. Elves had very good sunscreen. Fake fans. Okay, so here is the mural without someone's interpretation. So the first world, what was it? The first world, the second world, the third world, and this one is a prophecy as confirmed by Soul. Jaguar D Soul. Jaguar D Soul. I definitely like the interpretation of, this being, look at that. So like this very advanced world, but that was kind of like over. Imagine steampunk One Piece history movie. Like some cyberpunk type dystopian future past story movie. Imagine how cool that would be. Anyway, so yeah, I would watch this movie. We need this movie. We need this arc. We need this series. Please, I don't know how, but I want it. Even those that said you could skip the Foxy arc, I'm convinced the Davy Back fight is coming back. I did eventually not skip anything except things that were labeled filler, and I didn't. There was a few filler I didn't watch even now. I need to kind of figure it out. But everything else, I was like, "Are you crazy? Are you crazy? I'm gonna watch it." With 90s retro anime style for the movie. So yeah, I need this movie that tells this story. Okay, wait. How do I open this? Open image. Okay, and then okay, I should finish up soon, but just give me a here. Okay. So the first world, the earth is engulfed in flame and the hearts of men burn with desire. So that could be linked to greed. Potentially like wanting more and more and more, building more and more and more, industrialization, poisoning the earth, like they say, over deforestation, blah, 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 blah. Like just think dystopian steampunk future, but in the past. They reach for the forbidden star. Well, that is probably why the person interpreted as the mother flame, right? The forbidden star. Oyasumi nasai. From whispered prayers, the sun god rose, beckoned by the enslaved. So as it points here, some people becoming, the divide between the rich and the poor becoming further and further apart. So there will always be a divide. Like, you'll always have, like, that's a whole other conversation, but I just don't think complete and true equality in that sense can be enforced without some kind of dictator, and that will go just horribly wrong. Don't even go there. So I think that at all times, because people work differently, because people feel differently, because people have different desires, there will naturally be like richer and poorer. But the worse a place gets, the further and further that gap grows. So this is probably like, you only see like a few on this side becoming, what did he call them in this? Ascent to godhood, for nobility, living at the top of the red line. But then the masses practically or literally being absolutely enslaved. And then what happens here? That's why he said from inside the earth. From within the earth, the mother flame is found, because they're like bringing it up. Up, up, up. And then what are they doing here? Feeding it to the serpent or to the buildings? Like, everything is being driven by this, like, powered by the mother flame. This is literally looking like Noah's Ark situation. What is this? Oh, it's an elephant. And a ship. And a rainbow. This looks like a rainbow, doesn't it? An upside down rainbow. Like in Noah's Ark. Yes, I mentioned that earlier. There's something that we can't see. Mata One Piece no reaction 楽しみにしてます. You're looking forward to One Piece reactions. Maybe? More like some people were saved, or Noah, from sinking. But there's also an elephant and an angel and what I like. Why is this like a rainbow boat? Is it to link it even more strongly to the Noah theme? But then you have Emu. This is and what is his name? Zunisha. And then this boat from Eneru. Man, this shit is wild. Really, seriously. Like, we could have a movie here. We could have a movie here. We could have a movie with whatever's going on here. And then this is gonna be the end of One Piece. What the hell's that? Emu's there. So what the hell's that? I don't know, but that this is what Emu is gonna become. Probably. But what the heck is that? I don't love when anime does movies, but I feel like One Piece has to end with like multiple movies. Like, do like a trilogy movie to finish it off, and then like release one each year. I don't know how else. Otherwise, I want the movie level visuals and timing, because they can do something different with 90 minutes to 2 hours. Zunisha was affiliated to Joy Boy 800 years ago and carries Zoe on its back as punishment for an unspecified crime. I do remember that. An unspecified crime. Punished by... Maybe it betrayed Emu and helped Joy Boy, and then it was punished by Emu. Because here it looks like Emu is riding Zunisha. I don't know, but it's insane. And I'm very excited. But I think I'll end it here before I just ramble on endlessly. Hey. Wait a second. Sorry, I saw something roll, but none of the pictures on my phone are loading. I can't see anything. Oh, never mind. I thought it was something else. She's cute. Kinu Tanuki Koji. Very cute. Zunisha seems guilty, though, whenever it talks about its punishment, like it failed Joy Boy. Yeah, maybe it failed. Maybe it betrayed Emu to help Joy Boy, but then failed and was then punished by Emu. Because who else? Because I don't see Joy Boy as the kind of person who would punish someone for failing. And Emu is riding Zunisha, so I don't know. But yeah, he does seem guilty. Like he feels really bad about something. I think he specifically meant, yeah, like you said, failing Joy Boy. But Joy Boy is not the kind of person who would punish someone for failing. So I still think Zunisha was punished by Emu. And only Emu can make someone like immortal. And Zunisha is just going and going and going and can't even die. Like, can't even find peace or sleep or stop. That sounds like something Emu would do. Probably had to do with the giant ship or ark down at Fishman Island that had to do with a promise between Joy Boy and the Mermaid Princess at the time. There's another movie we could watch. Infinite movies that I deeply care about and want to see because the story carries so much meaning. So if something's gonna like go on and on and on, please let it be One Piece. Okay. But, let me finish up the video here and then just like wind down a bit. And I'm going to put on my schedule reading the Eneru cover stories for next week. Because if I don't put it on, it's not going to happen. But it's so difficult. I also want to play Genshin. And I also want to watch Tamon's B-side. Curse me for needing sleep and time off. Okay, but anyway, I'll see you in 2 weeks' time for the next chapter. Bye.